Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League Spike Magazine Trophy. We are in the semifinals with semifinal number one tonight. The top seed is up tonight, looking to make it to the finals yet again this season. Will they be able to pull it off? If so, will we have a run back of the Chaos Cup? We're going to find out one half of that story tonight. Tonight it's going to be the NC Snakes versus MAML Nightmare, Moob versus Festoon, Dark Elves versus Necromantic Horror. This is how the bracket has so far in this Spike Magazine Trophy. The NC Snakes, the number one seed, they faced off against the number 8 seed, of course, the Gutterballs, coached by El Nubarino. That was Dark Elves versus Orcs. The NC Snakes won that one to advance here to the semifinals. MAML Nightmare was the number 4 seed, faced off against Tizzle Savage Boys, the number 5 seed. That was Tizzle Bizzle's Orc team. MAML Nightmare winning that to advance here to the semifinals. The Believe Broncos, the number 2 seed, defeating the number 7 seed, Odin and Snuffle, coached by Clypheus. Of course, the Believe Broncos, coached by BB Nut, they're a Nurgle team. Odin and Snuffle, a Norse team. The Believe Broncos won that one in a real nail-biter. And then in the Lizard Mirror match, Philosopher's Song Stars, the Pip Stars, the only upset in the quarterfinals. Oh, is it cutting out? Am I cutting out? It doesn't look like I'm cutting out. I'm sorry if I am. But the Pip Stars, the only upset in the quarterfinals, they defeated Philosopher's Song, and they will advance to face off against the Chaos Cup champions, the Believe Broncos, in our second semifinal coming up tomorrow. The home team for this evening will be the NC Snakes, coached by Moob. Again, they're the top seed in this competition. They have 13 on the roster. Number 11 will not be starting due to an injury in this week. And their TV is going to be 1,560,000 gold. They have both their Witch Elves. They have all 4 of their Blitzers and a bunch of Linos. 1 Apothecary, 1 dedicated fan. I'm sorry, 1 Apothecary, 1 cheerleader. Thank you very much, Moob. 7 dedicated fans and 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Necro of Festoon's MAML Nightmare. 12 on the roster here, all 12 starting. Their TV is going to be 1,480,000 gold. That's 80,000 gold in petty cash. Going back to MAML Nightmare in this matchup, they cannot buy a star player with that amount of money. I think that's going to end up being a keg and a coach, but we'll see in just a few minutes. They have both werewolves on the roster, both wraiths, 2 ghoul runners, 2 flesh golems, and 4 zombies rounding out the roster. 1 cheerleader. Thank you, Festoon. I'm so happy we've got cheerleaders. 1 cheerleader, all 7 dedicated fans. My goodness, the money to be earned tonight. And 2 rerolls. How these 2 teams are going to play, we'll take a look at the home team first. The Dark Elf team up tonight. They're going to do what elves do. High agility, high speed. They're going to try to disengage from this Necro team and try to punch through, open up a hole in their defense. That is to say, when the NC Snakes are on offense, they're going to open up a hole in defense. They can do that in a couple of ways. They can go for a straight blitz, and then if that's just resulting in 1 dodge, that's a 2+ dodge. If it's a positive dodge, no problem at all. The Witch Elves are another way to do it. They have Frenzy, which means they'll get 2 blocks. All things being equal, they'll get 2 blocks out of a single block or a blitz. That's a way to open up a lane as well. And if these snakes get by you, then they're going to funnel elves behind the ball carrier. They're going to mark everyone they can, keep that ball carrier safe for a turn. And if they can do that, the ball carrier is heading to daylight and scoring. On defense, the NC Snakes are going to play it by ear a little bit. They're going to be up against this Necro team that has a number of very fast players and a number of scary players in this matchup. And what they're going to do is they're going to try to spread pretty wide, I think, and let the play develop for this Necro team. If the Necro team starts to sway one to the left or to the right, you'll see the NC Snakes counter. And if they can get the Necro team to commit to a wide zone, that's when they'll spring the trap. That's when they'll close down to one side, try to encircle the offense, and then start poking at that cage. The Necro team, however, they've got the 2 werewolves, and those werewolves, which are typically not a factor against elves, will be a factor against Dark Elves. Dark Elves, most of those players have an AV of 9+. Claw treats everybody as if it's an 8+. These werewolves are a huge advantage for Mammal Nightmare in this matchup tonight. They are going to be very, very important pieces for everyone to watch, for us to watch, for Moob to watch, and even for Festoon to watch. Festoon, of course, wants to be leveraging these werewolves to get those 4-die, maybe 6-die blocks with the block skill, treating everybody's AV as if it's an 8+. The problem is Frenzy requires you to follow up, and that werewolf, maybe you get a block on a witch elf, and now the werewolf's out of the position, and now your werewolf's dead. That's going to have to be something that Festoon really has to watch out for as well. The 2 Wraiths and the 2 Flesh Golems, I think, are going to be key to the strategy for Necro tonight. How is the Necro team going to combat these high agility elves? And I think that is just layering tackle zones between the elves and the end zone. That means spreading your players out, putting not just 1, but 2 tackle zones, maybe 3 tackle zones between these elves and the end zone. Again, these elves on a positive dodge is a 2+. On a -1 dodge, it's a 3+. They're very, very agile. They can get to where they need to be. You need to put tackle zones between them. One's not going to cut it. And I think the 2 Flesh Golems and the 2 Wraiths are going to be key to that formation for Mammal Nightmare. Consider this team on defense against the Elven team. We're almost certainly going to see these elves Daka back off the line when they're on offense. Mammal Nightmare will follow up. They'll engage. But what happens at that point, if the Flesh Golems and the Wraiths are at the front, if they are the vanguard of the defensive formation, now you have 2 Flesh Golems that have stand firm. So they might stay right where they are. You have the Wraiths with sidestep. So they can be in position as well. And maybe you get lucky with foul appearance and the Dark Elves lose their block or their blitz. So these 4 players, if they can stay at the vanguard of this formation, you set up a minefield of tackle zones between the elves and the end zone. Maybe the elves stall out on a turn. Maybe they overcommit to try to open up a lane, and now they can't because they've a 1 was rolled on foul appearance, or they got a push on a Flesh Golem who's not going anywhere. Now you can start to get your aggression started. Now you can get those werewolves in there. Now you can get those Flesh Golems punching back. Now you've got not 1, but 2 Fowlers. If you can get a knockdown, you have 2 Fowlers on either side of the pitch. Rotgut McSmash, that's number 10. You have Corpse Grip, Stumblefoot, number 11 as well. They're dirty players. You can get them in there to try to foul a key player off the pitch. So I think that's going to be key to the strategy here tonight for Mammal Nightmare. It's going to be the Flesh Golems and the Wraiths at the front of the formation, and then using those werewolves very smartly, right? You always want to get your blitzes off, of course, and a blitz with a werewolf, very, very potent. But as we saw last week, man, you throw a werewolf out there and you can't get him back to safety. He's going to die. That goes for any key player. You throw a key player out there, they've got a target on their back. If your opponent can knock them down, they're going to foul him. They're going to foul him into oblivion. They're going to try to get him off the pitch. So a very interesting matchup, I think, tonight. The NC Snakes looking to make it back to the finals for the 2nd time this season. Mammal Nightmare looking to make the finals for the 1st time this season. And again, both finalists will earn an invitation to the championship invitational at the end of the season. That's Blood Bowl number 5. So without further ado, I'm going to check Discord to see if the coaches are ready to go, and if so, we'll get this game underway. It looks like everyone is ready to go. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome SP Beaver. Welcome War Master. Fun bit of trivia. 12 cheerleaders is a bad strategy. Yeah. 12 cheerleaders is a bad strategy. Not so trusty Patches with the sub. Thank you very much. That's right. Semi-final hype indeed. Thank you very, very much for the sub. I appreciate it. Skeletal Stevo, welcome to the stream. All right, here we go. 80K going to Mammal Nightmare this evening. Looks like we have clear skies. Unless it doesn't show up in the intro. I can't remember if it shows up in the intro or not. Well, I am sure we'll get the Telestrator of Doom going here soon enough. A little bit of a bench for both coaches this evening. Telestrator is more effective than a wizard. I should start having the coaches pay me to use it. Not so trusty pet. Whoa, everybody vanished. Except, of course, for the cheerleader over here doing her thing. Look at all that money. 8 fan factor for the Snakes, 9 for MAML Nightmare. 80K going to the Necro team. MAML Nightmare wins the coin toss. They're going to choose to be on offense first. They want to punch. They are the bashier team of the two in this matchup. We do, in fact, have clear skies for this evening. The cheerleaders are going to town. Let's go. Cups on defense. MAML Nightmare to set up their offense. Currently 5 on the line. They've got the Headless Horseman, the number 3 Ghoul Runner, back to receive. Powerful Telestrator. The whole team went away just talking about it. Not so trusty Patches rooting for the Necro offense. All right, 5 on the line. A wolf in either wide zone. Here's the kick. It's a pitch invasion, and the people have spoken, and Black Mamba number 2 is going to be stunned here to start the game. 2-9 block over on the right side of the line. Will be a pal against rat number 3, the rookie lineman. 8+ breaks armor with mighty blow. Mortis the Mangled on the block. Let the cheerleaders play. Hank the Ranger, welcome to the stream. The Telestrator is a 500K goal inducement. The NC Snakes, the number 1 seed in this competition, they are ranked number 2 all season long. Why is that not going away? What is happening? Oh, man. 1 removal right out of the gate here. I couldn't even talk about the season stats. Another armor break on the line. Gets a stun out of this. Did I get the, yeah, there's the replay. Hey, the NC Snakes. Ranked number 2 this season. MAML Nightmare ranked number 9. NC Snakes undefeated this competition. The Telestrator says it's for cards. Sure. It has begun. Oppo gets spent here. Oh no, that doctor couldn't save him. Oh, 2-man player advantage for MAML Nightmare. That's 2 permanent removals this game. Winter is coming. Ball on the 8-yard line. Dragon Red Claw is going to shift over to the front right corner of the ball. The other werewolf on the back left corner, that's Craven Blade Claw. Here's the 3+ pickup, works out, and now the ball in the hands of Zorath Flesh Render, the level 3 Ghoul Runner. MAML Nightmare on the bonus clock here. They're down to 6 minutes 45 seconds. You get 7 minutes 30 seconds for the duration of the game. Proud Star with the sub. Oh, Proud Star, it's good to see you too. Thank you very much for your generosity. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Hope your evening has been going well. Hope your week has gone well. All right. Great. Let's do this again. Yep, no problem. No problem. It's just a semifinal match. No problem. I don't think it's me. I do not think it's me. I think it's Blood Bowl 3. I don't think it's the coaches either. I think they're still playing, but I think Blood Bowl 3 keeps booting me. Turn 2 for MAML Nightmare. Cease, welcome to the stream. BB3 having issues? Surely not. 2-9 blitz over on the left side here. Gets a both standing result against Cottonmouth number 2. Oh, I look forward to it, Proud Star. I hope things on the whole are good for you. I certainly understand the ups and downs of life. I'm sure everyone does. Hank the Ranger says, I'm looking forward to all the game-breaking bugs when they implement the new rule set next year. Yeah, I don't know if looking forward to would be the phrase I would use. So long as the admin tools are robust enough, and right now they're fine, so then I guess it's okay. Ball advances to the 4-yard line here and setting up a tight cage against these elves. So pulling players out of the wide zones. So instead of setting up players, say to here, deciding instead to shift. Whoops, that is too far ahead. Deciding to shift over to the right a little bit, but giving up a lot of space. Some pressure could be applied here. I don't know if it will be. Well, it could be. It could be a play to try to get this cage over to the right side. I don't know if it would work. It would cost too many players, I think. And then it would just open up the left side of the field. I hope they offer PAL-only dice. Not so trusty patches says the telestrator's in use. Doom is on the way. Knockout on Clath Nightmorn. Gets nothing out of it. Rolls Snake Eyes on the armor break. Denied Blitz results in a push against the level 2 lineman Corpse Grip Stumblefoot over on the left side. Elves just keeping their formation, staying in front of this cage, trying to hold this Necro team to a blitz a turn. Turn 3 for MAML Nightmare. Getting started with the 2-die blitz against Rat. This works out. Looking for the 8+ with Mighty Blow. Trying to leverage Mighty Blow there to get more removals. Flesh Golem, strength of 4. Mortis the Mangled has block and Mighty Blow as well. Also pick up the guard skills, so always letting an assist on blocks. Minute 15 on the clock here for MAML Nightmare. Proudstar says, I'm sure my first comp or two won't go great considering it'll be a fresh team, but we'll see how it goes. Hey, you never know. You never know. War Master demanding death. I think I think you'll get some. I think you'll get some injuries at least. You might even get a death tonight. But Proudstar, think of all the friends you'll make by fielding Morgenthorg all the time. Tizzle Bizzle, Parade enough. Well, welcome to the stream, Tizzle Bizzle. Tizzle Bizzle, one of the quarterfinalists in this competition. Eight seconds ago for MAML Nightmare. They're shifting this cage over to the right just a little bit. And that will be the end of the turn. Turn 3 now. Back to the snakes. Proudstar says more. Hell no. Give me a second, Minotaur. Hank the Ranger says, I've had a team joining the third comp and I made it to the finals. It's possible to do well. Yes, indeed. That is very true. Snakes 30 seconds off the clock here as they decide where they want to be in position for this upcoming turn. They've got a mark against the Wraith, who's crossed the line of scrimmage. They also have a mark on Brack the Bludgeoner over on the right, or in the right wide zone. Two-die block gets a push against Rotgut McSmash. Repositioning for the block against Brack. Here it is. Two-die block gets a push. That is a stand firm by the Flesh Golem, I have to imagine. Yeah, this is what we were talking about in the pregame. These Flesh Golems with stand firm. Very, very good pitch control pieces. And now the blitz on Mortis the Mangled. This will be a push again, and Mortis the Mangled stays. Spent the reroll looking to get something out of it, but gets a both standing result instead. And now a failed dodge over on the left side. Ah! The happened! Hooray! That is an elf now playing for the Necro team. Dodged himself to death. And now he's got a new team to play for. That's a man who can read the wind. He's like, oh man, I don't know if we're gonna win this one. I think I'm gonna change sides by killing myself. Oh no, I didn't get the replay. Oh, boo, boo. Two-die blitz against Corn number 2 over on the left side. That is a 3-man player advantage for MAML Nightmare. Festing as a great recruiter. And MAML Nightmare picks up another player for their bench as well. So Necro teams can't hire apothecaries. Instead, not Necro teams, regen teams can't hire apothecaries. What can happen instead, however, is if they murder a piece, certain players, those players can be resurrected by a necromancer, can be risen from the dead to play as a zombie on your team. I love how there's 2 former players for the Snakes now in the reserve box with MAML Nightmare. Oh boy, the ball crosses the line of scrimmage, is now on the opposing 2-yard line. Two-die against Taipan number 3 gets the knockdown here. Oh! Just a stun. Turn 4, final turn of the first quarter now for the Snakes. They were really good friends. He's like, hey man, What are the benefits like? Oh, they're great, man. They're awesome. You get these cool pumpkin helmets. Yeah, they're really delicious. Should helmets be delicious? It doesn't matter. They're just really great. Good 2+ to get the assist against Rotgut here. Got the pal. All 3 of these removals are permanent for this game. Well, one's permanent forever, as they're dead. The other 2 are injuries. They will not be returning this game. Wrestle down to the ground here against Decompose. Justice for Rotgut. Second quarter begins here for MAML Nightmare. They've got the ball on their opponent's 2-yard line right now. Fair point, SP Beaver. One may actually return, just not for the elves. That's true. That's true. Cottonmouth will return, but as a zombie. You know what I like? You know what I really appreciate about Festoon Squad here? Is they've killed Cottonmouth. And look what the snakes do. They just leave them for dead. But look what MAML Nightmare does. They have gear ready to go. They're like, congratulations, welcome to the team. We've already got a jersey perfectly fitted for you. That's how you do it. That's how you run a squad. Werewolf Blitz against Moccasin number 2. Gets a push out of this first block. Frenzy follow-up into 2 dice. Frenzy follow-up into 1 die. Oh, good push here. Clath Nightmorn has the guard skill. Gets another push here. He's going to push in toward the ball carrier. We'll get another block out of this. Oh, I thought for sure he would push into the ball carrier. Pushed into the ball carrier and move forward, but he's going to decide to hold his ground instead. MAML Nightmare still hanging on to both their rerolls. Just 2 on the roster. The Dark Elves down to 1 for the half. You know what? I have an idea. Let me see. I have an idea. War Master says, Necro and Nurgle teams are the most environmentally conscious teams, recycling players the team doesn't want. Foul over on the right side with, looks to be 2 assists. Gets nothing out of it. Rolled a 5, needed a 7. Turn 5 now for the NC Snakes. Why do I get worried when you have an idea? I have an idea about the replay. I'm going to see if this works. Let's see. Boy, none of that worked. none of that was what I wanted to do. Let me try this again. All right, let's see if this saved a replay. It did. It did save the replay. I think I'm on to something. I think I'm on to something. Turn 6 for MAML Nightmare. Von Rue, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Turn 6 for MAML Nightmare. They had a pretty commanding first quarter, but they haven't really moved this ball all that much. 2-die blitz against core number 2. Got the PAL here. Again, looking for the 8+. That's thanks to Mighty Blow. Got it. Boy, got it. Run bad with the raid. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome, Raiders, to the stream. Welcome to our semi-final here in this second competition of our season. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. Hope your stream went well. Boo, Necro. But go, Festoon. Two-die block against Rattler. Gets a push out of this. Two-die against Moxon number 2 is a PAL here. So getting a little more aggressive here as we get later into the half. Looking to pick up some more players from his opponent, who was so kind to give him a player here in this semifinal matchup. MAML Nightmare advancing the ball to the opposing 8-yard line now. They are just in scoring position now. With MAF 7. MAF 7 gets them 3, 6, 7, and then 2 rushes gets them in the end zone as it stands. Oppo Stabs us, welcome to the stream. Oppo Stabs us says, I gotta say, I like the color scheme on the Necro from what I saw on that fleshy hit. Yeah, it's very Christmassy. You just doomed the drive. MAML Nightmare looking to move this ball down the left wide zone. Turn 6 for the Snakes. They've lost 3 players so far. They're hoping they could get out of this half without losing any more. Festoon doing a great job of exactly what we talked about in the pregame there. Leading with those flesh golems and wraiths. They've done their job. Was able to get the blitzes with Mighty Blow, remove a number of players. Boy, Nuffle! Nuffle, why? Final reroll for the Snakes here after they roll double skulls. They roll the double pushes and the frenzy follow-up. They get another push out of this. That's right, Festoon has gained a player. 2 of the NC Snakes on the sidelines here for MAML Nightmare. Another failed 2+ dodge will be a turnover for the Snakes. This one not resulting in a death, at least. Turn 7 for MAML Nightmare. They've got the ball on their opposing 8-yard line. Trying to control the left wide zone. They don't quite have it yet. They might just shift back to midfield here. Good stun by Brack the Bludgeoner against rat number 3, the rookie lineman. The kind sir says, classic hang your best player out when you go to hit it with 55% knockdown, you double skull. Yeah, we talked about that in the pregame as well. These werewolves, you want to be hit, well, they're great to hit with in this matchup because Dark Elves, unlike other elves, they have AV of 9+, so you can treat it as an 8+, but they've got to follow up on Frenzy, and if you get overly aggressive with the werewolves, then your opponent's absolutely going to take the opportunity to try to murder them. Iron Cynic, welcome to the stream. Iron Cynic says the further magic is that the players' bodies are still on the other sidelines. Don't question necromancy. Dude, I block against Rattler, gets a push out of this. Laszlo Fruvus. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. How did Fest get 2 players? Is this the Necromancer thing once per game? It is. Yeah, he got one from a previous game this season. Yeah. Tackle's going to make this a knockdown against Sidewinder. 8+ breaks armor. No armor break. And now 2-die against the other Witch Elf. Gets a dodge push out of this. Black Mamba number 2, the defender. Headless Horseman on the block. Black Mamba with the cautious sidestep says, I'll get pushed back. It's fine. It's fine. I want ice cream, but alas, I have no ice cream. Ball's going to park just off the left sideline. It'll be 1 space in. Looks like it's going to end up on the 22. Zeke says, is there a way I can root for both sides at the same time? In your heart, you can. The ball does not end up on the 22. It ends up on the 16 instead. It's going to cover the rear of the ball carrier with Decompose, the level 2 zombie. I heard the Kaz noise before it even happened. That is another removal. Good foul here as Rotgut McSmash shakes his butt against the opposing team. Came in for the foul. Got the injury. I heard the doo before the animation even played. Good 2+ dodge for the 2-die blitz against Craven Bladeclaw. Gets a push out of this. Trying to surf the werewolf. Got the surf. Very well done. As the crowd beats up on the wolf, but nothing happens. That wolf will come back next drive. Hank the Ranger says, yikes, that's 3 blitzers out. That is very rough. A Dark Elf team is one of the teams that can field 4 blitzers. They're very important to the roster, as are the Witch Elves, in my opinion. Cobblestorm BB, welcome to the stream. Just arrived, so where's the Dark Elf team? Why, they're right over here. 37 seconds to go here for the Snakes. That'll be the end of the turn. Mammal Nightmare on turn 8. They can score. They've got 2 rerolls left. They'll probably try to remove a few more elves. Moob hoping Nuffle provides some skulls here before the touchdown. Going after the Witch Elf. Has 3 assists right now. Remember, Mortis the Mangle, despite being marked, does have the guard skill. Will lend an assist. 2-die block. Got the pal. Looking for an 8+ against Black Mamba number 2. Boy, it's another armor break. Is it a removal? It is not. And here's the score. Mammal Nightmare easily takes the lead 1-0. Very well done. MAML Nightmare, right? I love that helmet. Hey, we've got the cheerleaders. Let's go. She's been practicing this routine all competition long. Do the jig. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Whew, man. One turn left this half, unless there is a timeout. Cottonmouth number 2, Copperhead, and Rattler, the 3 of the 4 blitzers, out for the rest of the game. 3-man player advantage for MAML Nightmare right now. Remember, the NC Snakes are the number 1 seed in this competition. This could be a huge upset by MAML Nightmare if they can hold on to this victory. Or hold on to this lead, I should say. What is happening here? Is this cheating? What? You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to interrupt. That is a private moment between you two. Here's the kick. Deep kick. Oh, we've got a prayer to Nuffle. Fair enough. All right. Completions are worth 2 SVP instead of 1 for the remainder of the game. Ball kicked to the 22-yard line. And now, Snake Plissken trying to remove Mortis the Mangled. Two-die block against Vrex the Devourer. Got through that foul appearance roll. Gotta get the knockdown here. Looking for a 9+. Looking to even the odds desperately. 1 assist for the final block against Brack the Bludgeoner. Here's the second assist by the Witch Elf. Got the POW. Can he get the 10+? Bonru says, I'm still partial to the chicken fling leaders, but that's pretty good. The halfling cheerleaders are awesome. I completely agree. Hey! Big removal here for the NC Snakes. Got rid of one of those 2 flesh columns. Very well done. That was the Mighty Blow flesh column, Mortis the Mangled, who's been such a nuisance this half. That's such a limp pass. That's the end of the half. It'll be MAML Nightmare in the lead, 1-0. The Snakes are going to be on offense. They have 8 players to play with. They can still get on this board. They are not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination. Shape says this. Come on, ref. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's fine. It's fine when the elves get fouled out. But come on, Mortis, really? Taipan number 2 is coming back onto the pitch. Taipan used to play for the Snakes. Now in this semifinal match, playing against his former teammates. Three on the line for the defense. 3-4-4. They've got the two ghoul runners and the 2 werewolves in the secondary here. All 4 of those players. Those are the effective ball carriers on the Necro team. Everyone else is just too slow or just plain old doesn't have hands. Snake Plissken number 2 back to receive as they the NC Snakes spread their formation very wide here with the few players they have remaining. Tried to catch the ball on the high kick, couldn't handle it. And it'll be turn 9 now for the Snakes. They are going to, I imagine they're going to retreat here. Cobblestone says, fella dies, he gets sent right back out there. They'll hear from the player union for this. 2-die blitz. Over on the right side of the line, gets a push against Rot Gut McSmash. A couple of spaces left for Moccasin number 2 to reposition with. Might just stay put. I imagine he'll shift over to the right here. Try to stay as wide as possible. Good dodge off the line. Good ball pickup by Snake Plissken. The ball's on the Snakes' 24-yard line. They now move it up to their own 16. They move it up to their own 18. That's how numbers work. Their own 18-yard line. Turn 9 now for MAML Nightmare. I'm going to try one more replay here. I think I've cracked the code. All right, let's see if this replay works. Yep, I've solved the riddle. At least it seems I've solved the riddle. Apostabza says, I don't know how I would name a Blibble player's Snake, even though I'm a fan of Escape from New York. That was, if you'll notice, that was for me. I said, how can you have a team named after snakes and not have Snake Plissken? Von Marie says that replay feature is great. Thanks. I think I figured out why it was broken, and it wasn't me. Got nothing out of the foul here, but does not get called off the pitch. The ref saw nothing there. 3 assists on that foul, made that a 6+ to break armor. Rolled a 4. Turn 10 now for the Snakes. C says bets on the next replay being this replay. Bonru says, is that a program you wrote or part of the stream software? That is part of the stream software. It's OBS's replay buffer. I've added some stuff to it to make it work to my my needs with a Lua script. Lua is a programming language, but the actual recording of the replay, that's OBS. You're just showing the wrong replays. It's not, so I won't get into the gory details, but it's my peripheral software. That's what the issue was. So I think my peripheral software is intercepting. It's like hyperpolling my device. It doesn't matter what the details are, but I turned it off, and so now it works again. Turn 10, back to MAML Nightmare as the ball advances a little further toward the opposing end zone. Snakes now have the ball on their own 12-yard line. Two-die blitz down the left wide zone, gets a push into a two-die frenzy follow-up. Gets the knockdown here. No armor break. SP Beaver says, which of your many input devices do you have to unplug? I didn't have to unplug any of them. I just had to shut down the software, which is mildly annoying, but honestly, at this point, I might just deal with it. So it's software for it's Razer's shitty Synapse software. It's terrible, and it's software for like managing the lighting, managing the extra macro keys and things like that. So like I can't use my extra keys, and my lights are all wrong. But other than that, it's fine. Did I blitz against the nose guard here, or the nose tackle? Gets a knockdown, no armor break. NC Snakes playing cautious. Again, they're trying to keep their defense or their offense pretty wide here. If they don't do that, if they start to cinch up, let's say they're in a tight 4-point cage, right? Let's say they had something like this. They don't have the players to move this cage. So nobody else left to really cover the line, which means that the defense just starts to swarm the cage, right? They start to move in and pounce. They stop your cage. They start to crack it open from a corner, and then they go after your ball carrier. The only way you keep that ball alive is you try to keep as much territory as you can. You go for an opening when one presents itself, whether you make that opening or your opponent gets overly aggressive and you take advantage of it. That's the time to strike and move past the defense and try to score. Yep, that is correct. The next semifinal is tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. Turn 12 now for the Snakes. Not so trusty Patches says I usually get overly aggressive on defense. I think I get overly passive on defense. Like, I don't take advantage of opportunities that present themselves to me. Snakes almost certainly playing for the draw here. If it is a draw at the end of turn 16, we're going to overtime. It'll be a full 8 turns of overtime. Take a mark over in the right wide zone. Repositioning players. One space here, one space there. Advance the ball a couple spaces forward. They're now on their own 6-yard line. Blitz against Decompose. Gets the POW. Looking for a 9+. Turn 12. Back to MAML Nightmare. Keep in the pocket. Pretty wide here. Again, trying to control as much pitch as possible to keep movement options open for the ball carrier. This will be the final turn of the third quarter. Very fast third quarter here as the Dark Elf team biding their time, not overly committing, but MAML Nightmare, they're in the lead. They're not overly committing either. They're just trying to stay ahead of these elves. Oh boy, they spent a reroll here. NC Snakes are just fine with that. Spent a reroll on the push to keep the drive stay alive. MAML Nightmare down to 1 reroll, but that is for the entire game. They will not get any rerolls back if this goes to overtime. NC Snakes hanging on to 3 rerolls still. MAML Nightmare keeping those fast players in the secondary, just keeping them ready to strike when the inevitable elf breakaway run occurs. Turn 13 now for the Snakes. It is the 4th quarter of this semifinal match. The NC Snakes looking to earn their 2nd finalist placement in this season. They were the 2nd place team in the Chaos Cup, losing to BB Nuts Believe Broncos. Looking to advance to the finals again, where they may face off against the Broncos again. Blitz over in the left wide zone. 2-die blitz. Got to be a push. Clath Nightmorn to sidestep. Sidestep means you can go into any adjacent space you wish. You don't get pushed straight back. 2-die follow-up. It's going to be another push here against Clath Nightmorn. Can't take the both down. Whoa! Oh, he's got wrestled. Okay. I was about to say can't take the both down result. Doesn't have block, but has wrestle. So wrestle says on a both down result, both you and the other player get knocked to the ground. There's no armor break and there's no turnover. So that's fine. Den Beek, welcome to the stream. Just joined and thought it was Vamps because of the color on the lineman. The NC Snakes cross the line of scrimmage. They're on the opposing 2-yard line. Unafraid of Dragon Redclaw. Failed the rush. Has to re-roll this. Oh, what a scary time. Nuffle, please. NC Snakes with 6 seconds left on the clock. Will they dip into the bonus clock for the first time this game? They will not. They still have a full 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Hank the Ranger graciously lowering the rush failure rate from the Games Workshop mandated 900% to a measly 99%. I don't think that's fair, but I don't make the rules. Den Beek says that ball carrier seems surfable. Shamestone rooting for the defense. Cease wanting the Telestrator of Doom. Have we not done enough carnage already? Here's the blitz. 2-9 blitz against rat number 3. Gets a push. Pushes towards the sideline to try to surf rat number 3. Good surf here by Dragon Redclaw. Needed the extra assist for that follow-up block. So now we might see this wolf surfed coming from this direction. Maybe with the ball carrier, maybe not. Uh-oh. It looks like things just froze. Uh-oh. 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 It looks like the game just locked up. All right. Well, I'm going to close the window. Telestrator of Doom doomed the whole stream. Look, man, I didn't make the video game. Turned 14 now. It looks like for the Snakes. But nothing has happened. All right, there we go. 2-9 block against Clath Nightmorn. Gets the knockdown here. Blitz on the Wolf. Got the push. Dragon Redclaw off the pitch. Ceisk rooting for this offense. Warmaster rooting for the defense. Good dodge by Black Mamba number 2 after the blitz had to follow up due to frenzy. 2+ dodge to reposition to Mark Craven, Blade Claw, and Zorath Flesh Renderer off the sideline to try to prevent a possible surf with dedicated players. Black Mamba is, of course, a sidestepper, but 2 fills here could have removed, or actually 1 fill could have removed Black Mamba from the pitch. SB Beaver says we could tell you didn't make the game. I often feel you put more effort into your streaming tools than they did in BB3. Thank you. But good dodge, and there they go, the Snakes. Breaking for daylight. Snake Plissken, the ball carrier. A blodger, number 6. On the opposing 16-yard line in the left wide zone. There's a mark on the ball carrier. Is it just going to be a straight blitz by the Headless Horseman? MAML Nightmare with just one reroll. No tackle players to help, so it's going to be a pal that the Nightmare is looking for to stop this score. Here it comes, two-die blitz. Gets a push out of this unless the final reroll is spent. Festoon says no thank you. Gets the push. We'll reposition the Headless Horseman here. And now a 2-die against Black Mamba number 2 is going to be a pal. Looking for an 8+. Didn't get it, and then frees up Craven Blade Claw to get back on the defense. "45 seconds to go for the Nightmare." They want to try to stop the score if at all possible. They really don't want this game going to overtime. They do have a significant player advantage, but they're down to one reroll. And if the Snakes win the coin toss, they're absolutely going to be on offense to start. And then MAML Nightmare has some real work to do. Fouls the Witch Elf. Gets a stun out of it, but did not get called off. Oh, come on. You're going to use Move's player to foul the Witch Elf? Get out there and kill your teammates. Two plus dodge to take a mark. Here's the blitz. 1-die blitz against the Headless Horseman. A push. Not enough. It's going to be a sidestep. He'll take it, though. The sidestep's going to go straight back. I like it. I like it. Snake Plissken follows up. Needs a 3+ on the dodge. Gets a free reroll. Gets into the end zone. That is a tie ball game. Well done by the Snakes. 1-1 ball game. They've got a few turns that they have to defend against, though. Oh, man. Yeah, let's go. Oh, it's the best, I swear to God. Hey, hey, hey. The score. The Snakes have to defend for 2 turns to take this game into overtime. Cease says no point in having elf BS and not BSing. The old 3-3-2. Both Witch Elves on the pitch. They are the safeties. 3 linebackers. Let's call that 1 linebacker and 2 corners. Mammal Nightmare with 2 turns to score unless there's a timeout. Mammal Nightmare with just 1 reroll left for the entire game. They have a 3-man player advantage as it stands. They're down a Flesh Golem, however. We talked about in the pregame how the Flesh Golems and those Wraiths are very, very important against these Elves to try to hold down the fort. Kizzlebizzle says 1 midfielder and 2 wings. What sport is that? No, I'm just kidding. Here's the kick. Decent kick here. Decent kick by the NC Snakes. Mammal Nightmare end up with the ball on their own 16-yard line over in the left wide zone. Two-die block on the line will be a knockdown. Follow up by Brack the Bludgeoner. Flesh Golems are a strength of 4. Takes a mark against Korn. Not a blodger, just has the dodge skill, and that will work out thanks to the block skill. 9+ is going to break armor, but no armor break. Thigh and 2 drumsticks. So Mammal Nightmare look to be committing to this left wide zone to try to win this game. It's going to be a pretty big commitment. Taking a mark over in the right wide zone. Any mark helps. Even if the dodge is a 2+, you're forcing your opponent to roll dice. Unbelievable. Snake eyes on the ball pickup. Big trouble now for Mammal Nightmare. Roll a 1, followed by another 1 with sure hands. And now Mammal Nightmare are not going to be able to get this ball into the end zone. Now it's, run to safety, Elves. Run to safety. Now it's about who's going to win this coin toss. At this point, neither team's going to spend any rerolls here for the remainder of this half. He says, replay worked, amazing stuff. Yeah, thanks. Gonna roll some dice here. Oh no, it's gonna foul? Gonna foul with Corpse Grip Stumblefoot. This is the Dirty Player. Dirty Player +1. It's like Mighty Blow for fouling. So it's basically a 2. It's a guaranteed foul here. Guaranteed armor break. Got called off for it. Got nothing consequential out of it. And the ref says, look, man, I saw that a mile away. Get out of here. Get off my pitch. And for the first time this competition, we're headed to overtime. It's going to be a full 8 turns. 8v11 on the roster. Who wins the coin toss? Whoever wins is absolutely going on offense. The Snakes won the coin toss. And there they are. They're going to have this ball. They have an opportunity to pull out a victory in this competition. Or in this match. And the competition. Ref says, how could I not see 8 players ganging up on that one guy? So it's still going to be 8v11 on the pitch here. Cups formation for the defense. And now the offense, we're probably going to see a very similar formation or a very similar strategy for the drive as we did in the last half of this game. The NC Snakes are going to try to hold this defense to a block a turn. They're going to bide their time. They're going to stay as wide as possible, wait for a lane to open up. Deep kick here. I think this works out in the NC Snakes' favor. Ball kick to the 22-yard line just off the left wide zone. Timeout on the kickoff event, and we lose a turn. Guaranteed loss of a turn. We're now on turn 18. It's going to be a 7-turn overtime. Tizzle Bizzle says, with how well both these teams played in division play and tonight, I really wish they could both win or lose either way. Smasher says he didn't see it in my league game on Saturday when I killed Deeproot. 2+ pickup works out for Snake Plissken. He's escaped from New York. He's escaped from LA. Kenny escaped from the necromantic horror. Den Beek says timeout seems in favor of the Elves. Yeah, did I say for the Necro team? I meant for the Snakes. Two-die blitz over in the left wide zone. Gets a push against Taipan number 3. The lone remaining flesh golem on the blitz stays put. Not overcommitting here and taking marks, although the Necro team is the bashier of the two. Seek says Elves getting ready to Elf BS their way to a win. Both these teams have, as Tizzle Bizzle said, I mean, had a fantastic competition. I think they should both be however this game ends up, they should be very proud of their play. The defense just staying right in front of these Elves. And you can see what he's doing. He's doing what we talked about in the pregame, right? Setting up multiple tackle zones for these Elves to try to dodge through. Good 2+ handoff to Black Mamba number 2. Now the ball's in the hands of the Blodger sidestepper. That's a great combination. You block and dodge. You have Telestrator of Doom. That's right. You have block and dodge. That means only a pal knocks you down unless you can get a tackle player to do the blocking. And with sidestep, that means that Witch Elf goes wherever she would like to go. That could be an extra point of movement. That could be avoiding a follow-up block. A very, very powerful combination of skills, that trio. Good knockdown on the blitz over in the right wide zone. Keeping this offense spread wide. Ball's on the Snakes' 10-yard line. Turn 19 for MAML Nightmare. As predicted, we're seeing a very similar style of play as we did in the second half of this game. MAML Nightmare is going to need to have an answer to this. Not so trusty Patches rooting for the Necro defense. They want to see a necromantic horror team make it to the finals. Minute 22 on the clock here. Taking marks now, getting an aggressive 2-die blitz against Rat number 3. This will be an this will be a knockdown. Not quite an armor break yet. And a mark on the ball carrier. So the Headless Horseman, also a sidestepping blodger, marking the ball carrier right now. The ball carrier can, of course, dodge away for a 2+ behind her in any one of these 3 spaces. Iron Cynic says there was a gate on the left wide zone. I might want to have sent the player through. I suck at elves, though. I really like Wood Elves. Wood Elves are my favorite. Of the elves. They're not my favorite team, but... Turn 20 for the Snakes. SP Beaver says, me too, though I'm good at getting them killed. I think everyone's good at getting elves killed. Turn 20 for the Snakes. They have the ball on their own 10-yard line. Still hanging on to 2 rerolls. These rerolls critical in overtime. It used to be in the CRP or the LRB6, it used to be the case that you could only spend 1 team reroll per turn. Now that is not true. You can spend 1 team reroll per die pool. So having 2 rerolls means you can make a pretty big play when you need to, such as here in overtime in the semifinals. The Necro team getting aggressive here. They want to take some blocks and remove some of these elves, and now the elves have a decision to make. Even if they break through, they've got 2 wolves to deal with. Wolves have an MA of 8, of course. And of course they have Claw. They're up against a Witch Elf, so the Claw's not going to be in effect. Witch Elf already had an armor value of 8+. Got through the foul appearance roll on the right side. Good positioning here by Festoon to keep these Wraiths forward. It's just more die rolls that the Snakes have to get through. Try to get Vrex the Devourer out of the way, but it ends up being a both standing result on the Blitz. Good 2+ dodge. For the assist against Taipan number 2. Gets a push out of this. We'll have to follow up. I think we're going to see a dodge by core number 2 here. Snakes on the bonus clock. Oh, dodge by the Witch Elf to cover the left side of the ball carrier. Snakes down to 6 minutes, 20 seconds on the bonus clock. Remember, that bonus clock does not reset at overtime, so you can see MAML Nightmare down to 4:02. There's that dodge. Failed the dodge. Gets a free reroll due to the dodge skill. Very well done to set up the cage. Another failed dodge over on the left side. This is a player without the dodge skill. The armor's going to break on Taipan number 3, and they'll be stunned. That might put them out of the drive. Turn 20 back to MAML Nightmare. So now the offense committed to this right wide zone. But remember, these are elves. Even though there's not a passer on this roster, they could pass the ball. Now, the Witch Elf is a PA of 5. Not the best player to pass with. But a handoff is certainly an option. All these handoffs, unmarked handoffs, are going to be a 2+. Double pals over on the left side of the line here. It's going to be a 2-die block against Moccasin number 2 coming up. Under a minute to play for MAML Nightmare in turn 20. 2-die block. They got the pal. This could be a huge armor break. Let them get it. War Master demanding death. Here's the blitz on the ball carrier. 2-die blitz. Not going to cut it. Gets a push out of this. contemplating the final reroll. There's the push. This is a sidestep push. He's going to sidestep directly back. And now a 2-die on Snake Plissken. This will be a push as well. Two wolves yet to activate with 7 seconds left on the clock. Festoon taking their time. Really trying to figure out where the secondary should end up. Going in with the wolf. Trying to shut down the offense right here. Craven Blade Claw takes a mark on the left side of the protection. Dragon Red Claw moves over into the right wide zone. Still playing in the secondary. Turn 21 for the Snakes. The Snakes feeling immense pressure from this Necro team. They do have an opportunity to break this ball away. Core number 2 is forward, can carry the ball. But not a blodger, so I don't know if that's a good idea. 2-die blitz against Craven Blade Call by the ball carrier. Oh! Ah! What a clutch removal by the ball carrier! Oh, I just missed the sub. What a asshole I am. Let's see. Miha, thank you very much for your for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. What a great removal by the ball carrier. Frenzy follow-up, got the knockdown, broke armor. Very well done. SP Beaver said, didn't the wolf have dodge? The wolf does not have dodge, just block. The other wolf has dodge. My man, you're in the semifinals. You absolutely deserve to win. Turn 21 now for MAML Nightmare. Two-die block against rat number 3 is going to be a push. Headless Horseman on the block. Two-die once again on rat number 3. Gets another push out of this. Finally gets the knockdown here. Rat number 3. Vrex the Devourer. Knocking down the lineman. Gets an armor break out of it, and it results in a stun. Here's the blitz. Two-die blitz against core number 2. Gets the knockdown thanks to tackle, looking for a 9+. Follows up on the block. Has no more movement left unless it's going to be a rush. Cobblestorm says people who feel undeserving of their position can always hand it off to their friendly league goblin team. We're used to being undeserving. C says both these coaches deserve to win. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Turn 22 for the Snakes. 3 turns left in this game. If this game ends in a draw, we go to kicks. Kicks is effectively a roll-off. Great blitz by the Snakes to remove a wolf with the ball carrier. That ball carrier has Frenzy, so you can see here, has Frenzy, which meant got 4 dice out of the block, which is great for getting knockdowns, but you have to follow up. War Master says, don't remind me. Under a minute here to play in turn 22 for the Snakes. They take a mark on the wolf over on the left side here. Dragon Redclaw, the only remaining wolf on the pitch. Mammal Nightmare down a Flesh Golem, down a wolf. Blitz still on the table. They take a mark against Zorath Flesh Render over in the right wide zone here as well. Mammal Nightmare with a commanding first half in this game, really playing the Necro team. Well, I'm just going to say as they should. But then Moob comes back in the second half and says, all right, I know you're the bashy team. I'm not going to give you your blocks. I know I can't tighten up. I've got to control as much pitch as possible, get a space here, a space there, get myself into position to score, and just score when the opportunity arises, and then try to hold out for the draw, so that maybe I win the coin toss here in overtime. That's exactly what has happened, and now the Snakes have the ball on the opposing 4-yard line. Nothing but daylight ahead of them. 2-die blitz against Zorath Flesh Render. That is not the role they want. That is not the role they want. Got the push here, looking for the surf. Got the surf. Very well done by the Snakes. That's another player removed from the Necro team. Well done. And that's a KO as well. Not that it matters too much here. Tizzle Bizzle graciously lowers the rush failure rate from 900% to 99%, to a beginner-friendly 99%. Dodges and rushes for days to get Snake Plissken in position to try to protect the ball carrier. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Elves doing what elves do best. Turn 22 for the Nightmare. I think if they're to stop this, it's going to come down to 2 players. The Headless Horseman and Dragon Redclaw. Dragon Redclaw, if they're going to be the blitzer, it's going to be a 3+ dodge with a free reroll. The blitz is going to be the final MA8. And then a push would have to be a rush. Here it comes. Got the pow! Got the pow on the blitz! And the armor break. What a play! What a play by Mammal Nightmare! Came in on the blitz, got the pow, and got the armor break. Huge, huge blitz. Turn 23 for the Snakes. At this point, oh boy, are they going to pick it up and just run with Sidewinder? Pick up handoff to the number 2 Witch Elf? You don't kick dogs. That's a huge pickup. Or they could just play for kicks at this point. That's the other option here. Got the pow on the first block. If they got a push out of that block, It would have been a rush for the second block. One minute, 3 seconds left on the clock for the Snakes as Moob contemplates what the change in strategy is going to be. Do you just go for it and get as far downfield as possible? Maybe you score. If you don't, maybe you stop the opponent from scoring. Or do you just hold out and pray to Nuffle? Hand off the tackle lineman? I thought it would have been a handoff to the Witch Elf. One-time block is a pal on... Woo! Yes. Yes, sir. Good knockdown on Dragon Redclaw. Doesn't break armor. Sidewinder gets down pitch into scoring position. Three-plus pickup. Final reroll. Spent. Good pickup. Good pickup. But failed the handoff. Failed the handoff. No rerolls remaining for the Elves. Turn 23 for MAML Nightmare. Failed the pickup. Spent the final reroll, but failed this handoff to the Witch Elf. MAML Nightmare needs to keep somebody in scoring position at this point, but I don't know who it's going to be. Akiyamarmin? Boy, I bet you I butchered that name. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. So I think MAML Nightmare is just playing to stop the score at this point. I don't know how they're going to end up scoring themselves. So I think they've got to just stop the score and pray to Nuffle at this point. They could get a lineman downfield, but the linemen are 4+ on Edge. Two-die against Moccasin pushes Moccasin in a not favorable position. I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is. A disadvantageous position. Fails the 50-50 dodge on the blitz. Here we go. Turn 24 for the Snakes. 2+ pickup works out. The Snakes on the rush take the lead in this game 2-1. Wow. One turn left unless there's a time. Hey, unless there's a timeout. Ba, 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 ba. That's right, cheer for your team. She's dead center on the line of scrimmage too. That's a pro. That is a pro at work. One turn left for MAML Nightmare to try to get a touchdown unless there's a timeout. Deadbeak says he has a one-turn chance. I don't think so. Apostabsa says only one wolf. Only one wolf. Festoon does Festoon have a one-turn formation here? Festoon looks to be setting up for a one-turn. It's going to have to... Let's see. 7, 8, 9, 10. Or 7, 8, 9. It's going to have to be with Dragon Redclaw. 8 plus 2 is 10. 3 pushes. Festoon with all the time in the world here to figure out this setup to try to get into the end zone in one turn. Of course, if there's a timeout, it won't need to do it in one turn. It can do it in 2. Skeletal Steve-O with the Telestrator of Doom. Man, I would feel so guilty. 5 seconds left to set up here for MAML Nightmare. So this is the formation. Is it a timeout? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, that's fine. I think that's fine. So this ghoul here will be the one to try to score. That's not gonna do it. Oh, God. Oh, no, that's not gonna do it either. Oh, really wanted a push out of that. And I think that's gonna be it. I think the NC Snakes will make it yet again to the finals. And they have done their part to try the run back against the Believe Broncos. What a hard-fought game this was by both coaches. Wow. Wow. Until the very end, you saw... Boy, I am so impressed. I am so impressed that both these coaches, right? You start the game with your full complement of players. You start to lose players. Things start to not go your way. You start to lose rerolls. And these players fought hard in the face of lost sheer numbers of players on the Elven team, key positionals on the Necro team, losing rerolls, losing position, and just finding ways to maximize the odds and finding plays to get that ball down pitch. And boy, this was an absolutely fantastic game. I think both coaches should be very, very proud of how they played this. Congratulations to Moob for advancing to the finals, and my thanks to Festoon for making it all the way to the semifinals here. Again, two fantastic coaches. That was a ton of fun. But the number one seed is the number one seed for a reason. They're going to make it to the finals yet again here, and they have an opportunity to face off against the one team that defeated them in the Chaos Cup. That was the Believe Broncos. That's going to be our semifinal game tomorrow night. We'll take a look at the schedule here before we leave. All right, our second semifinal game is going to be tomorrow, Monday, September 22nd at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. That's going to be the number 2 seed, the Believe Broncos, versus the Pip Stars. BB Nut versus Dead Fred. That's Nurgle versus Lizards. Which team is going to face off against the Dark Elves of the NC Snakes to be declared the Spike Magazine Trophy champion? The NC Snakes have already earned their spot in the Blood Bowl by being the runner-up in the Chaos Cup. If they win this competition, they will bump themselves up from the lower bracket to the upper bracket. The Believe Broncos, of course, looking to be the first team to win 2 competitions back-to-back. So I'm very excited to see this how the second semifinal plays out. Again, it's going to be tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. And then after that, our finals game is going to be scheduled. And when that game gets scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB. Here on Twitch, or on our social media pages on Blue Sky X and Facebook. You know what? You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. And if you want to play in our upcoming Dungeon Bowl, it's Blood Bowl, not the Dungeon Bowl game. It's just the name of the competition. That's coming up really soon, right after the Spike Magazine Trophy ends. We're going to open up registration for our next competition. If you want to play with us, hop over to our Discord. There's a link right there in the chat. Just pop on over, head to our Blood Bowl channel and say, I'm Ava Unit 2. Say, hey, Ava, I want to participate in the next competition. I'll put you on the list. And then when registration opens, I'll tell you what to do. It's very, very easy to do. We'd love to have you. We have lots of coaches that are veterans of the game, lots of coaches that are brand new to the game. We love this game. I hope you guys love this game too. Love to see you come out and play with us. It's just so much fun. You know what? Everyone should play Blood Bowl. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and you can play it in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Take care, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.